It was a quiet Sunday evening, the kind that lays bare the fatigue of the week and makes it impossible to lie to oneself. That night, one careless sentence unraveled the life I had painstakingly built with the man I once called my soulmate. I hadn't meant to hurt him. In fact, I didn't even realize he could hear me. But those words, unguarded and thoughtlessly spoken, tore through the foundation of our marriage like a wrecking ball. Sarah, my closest friend, had stopped by for an easy evening, just a shared bottle of wine and some conversation. We sat in the living room, wrapped in the comforting hush of twilight. I thought Nathan was upstairs, sorting through the clutter in our storage room. The conversation between Sarah and me had started light, but as the wine relaxed my guard, I began to unravel. The months of tension, fights that burned hot, silences that froze, and the exhaustion that settled into my bones, spilled out of me like a flood breaking through a dam. "I don't know, Sarah," I muttered, rubbing my temples as if that could soothe the ache in my chest. "Sometimes I wish I'd never married him." The instant those words left my lips, a chill coiled in my stomach. It felt like I had spoken a curse I couldn't take back. Sarah's gaze locked on mine, her voice laced with disbelief. "You don't mean that." But the truth wasn't so clear. Part of me did mean it, at least in the way one does when love begins to feel like routine, and routine slips into resentment. But there was also a part of me that still held on to what we once had. Or maybe I just wanted to believe I did. What I didn't know was that Nathan had been standing on the stairs the whole time, silently absorbing every word. The next morning, the house felt different. Off somehow. The coffee machine sat cold and unused. His keys were missing from their usual hook. His boots, always lined neatly by the door, were gone. At first, I assumed he'd left early for work. But unease stirred. Nathan never left without a kiss goodbye, not even after our worst fights. By noon, I called his phone. No answer. I sent a message. Nothing. Worried, I opened my laptop, intending to email him at work, and that's when I saw it. A single email in my inbox. The subject line read, "Farewell." The message began simply. "I heard you last night. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I did. You weren't angry, you were honest. And that honesty broke something in me. I gave everything I had to us. I didn't know you were carrying this weight. Don't try to find me. The divorce papers have already been filed. I'm not angry, but I won't stay where I'm not wanted. I refuse to be someone's regret. Nathan." I couldn't breathe. I read the email over and over, each sentence hitting me like a hammer. There was no anger, no pleas, no accusations. Just a quiet, absolute end. I rushed to his office. He'd quit that morning. His desk was cleared out. By afternoon, his phone was disconnected. His social media? Gone. Friends had no idea where he went. His brother only said that Nathan needed time and wanted no contact. It was as if he had vanished from the world. A few days later, the divorce papers arrived, crisp, complete, his signature already there. There was no confrontation, no discussion. Just a form to fill, a name to sign, a life reduced to paperwork. I waited for rage to surface, for denial to take hold. But instead came guilt, dense and suffocating. My mind flooded with memories. The way he used to look at me, like I was his whole world. His quiet patience when I needed space. The way he held me up when I was falling apart. And then I remembered how he'd looked across the table at dinner just a few days before, tired, withdrawn, but still trying. Still present. It was me who had drifted away. I couldn't sleep. That night with Sarah replayed over and over in my head. I dissected every word. Why did I say it? Did I truly feel it? Or had I just let the frustration fester when I should have spoken to him? Weeks became months. In desperation, I hired a private investigator. But there was no trace. No new address. No activity in his accounts. It was as if he had erased himself. And over time, I came to understand why. Hearing those words, not in a fight, not in a moment of passion, but as a sober truth from someone he trusted, didn't just hurt him. It revealed everything. It confirmed the quiet decay he must have sensed for a while. And instead of clinging to something broken, He chose to protect his dignity and walk away. Now, I often wonder where he is. Is he happy? Has he found someone who sees him each morning and knows, without doubt, that choosing him was the best decision of their life? Because I know now, he was mine. But some truths only come in the silence that follows. And my silence lasted too long. Nathan left to find his peace, while I'm left with the echo of a single sentence I can never take back.